So this year we saw the announcement, build-up, release, and post-release of the not exactly well-received Paper Mario Color Splash. And to no one's surprise, there was a rise of anger in fans. Like, basically it was a goddamn World War III on the internet with it being an election year and all in this stupid game. But you know what? I'm gonna take a huge stand here and blatantly say this. I love Paper Mario Color Splash. Now I realize some people are already going to be pissed off about what I just said and have probably turned the video off by now, and those people who disagree with me are probably the same people who are gonna sit on a spiked dulo and say, "That's not the game I wanted." Well, I don't really give a shit. Anyone who's followed me on Twitter or listened to what I refer to as one of the greatest entertainment video game podcasts on the web knows that I felt nothing but hatred for this game leading up to its release. I mean, really though. Once this game got announced, I fell into a black hole of anger and depression. This game actually depressed me somewhat from the very first trailer, and if you find that sad, I don't necessarily blame you. Let me explain though. From my childhood up until this very day, Paper Mario and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door are two of my absolute favorite games of all time. These games have such a solid, natural blend of humor, pacing, RPG elements, and even things like story scale. And I associate many memories from the simpler time of my life with these two games, even though most of my friends growing up didn't really give a shit about RPGs, so I kind of enjoyed these from the dark corners of my room by myself with Cheetos. Anyway, the point is, these games were a major part of my life, so to see Nintendo, let's just say, experiment with them in recent years has kind of made me sad. Like, fuck Nintendo, the battle system was fine, it didn't need tinkered with, but at least they tried something new. I mean, I can't exactly fault them for trying, nor can I say the same for many other developers. So, after 2 games of screwing around with Paper Mario, here we are, with Color Splash, a game that many find to either be a fun little mess or the physical representation of the end of their goddamn life. Now, I actually found this game to be a little better than most seem to have, as I kind of have this 100% finished world map on my save file. There's that. Honestly, part of me isn't even sure why I love this game as much as I did, because the battle system is still flawed to a degree. Having more character differences would have been nice. It's just a toad with a fucking pirate hat, even though in the museum's concept art it shows a more well-designed toad with different characteristics. Sorry. I think what draws me to this game so much, though, is its humor, because in a day and age where so much of media takes itself way too seriously, this game isn't exactly afraid to be completely different and poke fun at itself, including others. Now, don't really get me wrong though, I love my deep, dark, depressing shit as much as the next guy, but being able to play a game where you literally fight a steak that has to be cooked to perfection, that's when I feel the most cuddly inside. It's more or less just refreshing to see a Mario game with some goddamn personality again. Because for almost 10 years, we've been bombarded with game after game in this series either being a rehash of previous entries or having a story stripped of its entirety from certain experiences. Now I can't even begin to tell you how many times I burst out laughing from Color Splash's script. I mean, Nintendo of America, absolutely brilliant, beautiful job of localizing this thing. Whether it was like the Toads making fun of themselves or Huey making some entertaining social commentary, this game had the writing down. Pat. Like, so pat. And I don't know anyone who has said anything bad about how the game looks or sounds because it looks so good. Now, I know some people are going to want me to discuss the one major problem with this game, which is the battle system. Yeah, it can be slow at times. Yes, I would like the option to select which enemies I want to hit, and yeah, this game doesn't have experience points. But to be honest, I'm not even necessarily sure it needs them, since gaining the adorable little paint hammers after every battle increases your maximum paint capacity, I find myself actually wanting to fight enemies. Now for some, this wouldn't really be enough of a reward, but for me, it was, as I was painting everything that looked even remotely white. Like, something about this game made me want to 100% it. I actually cared about the residents of this island. I wanted to restore color to their world. And I also love having a well laid out to-do list in games to fully complete them, and most Mario games have that. But that's the main thing I enjoyed about this game. You actually get rewarded for completing things, whether you're collecting cards for the museum, restoring a level's color back, and getting the music for that level unlocked, or just even helping out some random ass toad and then give you some witty dialogue. I love that shit. If this is the road the Paper Mario series is going to travel on, then I'm not necessarily against it. Sticker Star was a shittily designed game that stripped all joy and fun away from the series. Super Paper Mario, in my opinion, changed way too much about the formula, and Color Splash brought a lot about what I loved about the series back while still introducing new things and keeping it all fresh. Keep building on this, Nintendo, and I know the franchise will continue to find a major following of its own. One more thing though, no more of these goddamn Rochambeau temples in the next Paper Mario. Level 7 and 8 were completely luck-based, and that's just not fun! It's not fun!